Hello students. So we'll start with the today's session. Sorry, as usual there was a technical glitch and hence there is a bit delay in starting the session. No matter. Hello students. We'll start with the today's session. Sorry, as usual So let's begin. We are on the topic of paper 20A, which is about strategic performance management and business valuations. And in that we are covering the section A. So I started with section A, and in that introduction to performance management, which is a 10% weightage marked paper, 10% weightage has been completed. We are on the module 2, which is comprising of 15% weightage in the whole scheme of marks up for this subject. So the module 2 is about performance measurement, evaluation and improvement tools, and so far we have covered almost out of 10 tools, 6 tools have been covered in the previous 3 sessions on the module 2, and today we will be covering with management information system in a digital environment and total productivity maintenance. So these are the 2 concepts that we are going to cover. So just a brief introduction, as the title suggests, management information systems in a digital environment. So over a period of time, past a decade, we have seen how digitalization and mobile usage or technology has taken an entire 360-degree turn, and especially the digital environment has touched upon each and every aspect of a human life, and even the corporates have not been left untouched. And with that intent, let's understand how the human civilization has progressed through 3 waves. So in the initial primitive stage, it was all agriculture and handwork based. Thereafter, industrial revolution happened, and the information flow was the 3rd wave, wherein the big data and the data per se started becoming critical. And as we all know, data has become now the new age oil, and it is said by the experts that going forward, if at all any world wars happen, it will happen on the aspect of data. So that's how data is coming out to be very critical. So as we all know, the data pyramid, so data gets translated into information, information gets translated into knowledge, and knowledge then gets translated into wisdom, and wisdom thereafter becomes your actionables. So that's how the overall evolution of data pyramid has also happened. So information system involves collecting, distributing and transforming data into meaningful information. So that's the whole data pyramid structure which is there. Which needs, so at the bottom is data, then the next level, when meaning is attached or meaning is being drawn from that data, it becomes information, and then over a period of if the information gives a trend, then it becomes a knowledge, and coupled with the beliefs or the values, it becomes wisdom. And thereafter, based on wisdom, the actionables are taken. So this is how data information systems involves collection, distribution and transforming data into meaningful information. So typically MIS or management information systems facilitate problem solving and must create knowledge to fulfill its objective. So that's precisely the data pyramid. So different types of information systems used by organizations. Let's understand how the corporate world works in terms of the information systems. So these are the following types of information system, to name which specifically transaction processing system, that is called as TPS. Then management information. So TPS typically is the operational level day-to-day functioning of the organization. The actual day-to-day transactions that are happening, that are being processed by TPS, that is transaction processing system. Then comes the management information system, which is all about MIS, in short called as. Then there are office automation systems. So certain processes which are there of transactions, of routine in nature are in a way automized, and that's where the office automation systems comes into play. So these are parallel types of information systems that prevail in organization, and they are not consequential or they are not interrelated, but yes, interdependent also at times. Then comes the decision support system, the DSS. So decision support system, as the name suggests, is the information system which helps in the higher management or the board of directors or the top management or the promoter to take appropriate business decisions. Then comes the business intelligence system. Now this business intelligence system is a larger gamut, and it's just not about our organization only. It's about intelligence that is gained from the business practices or the procedures and the operations, business operations that are being conducted by the business organization, coupled with the environmental and competitive analysis also. So that's of the same related peer or other competitors. So it could be peer intelligence also, as well as competitors intelligence also, as well as industry intelligence. All put together becomes business intelligence systems. Then comes the electronic commerce systems, or e-commerce, what we call as, because nowadays, because of the digitalization, every business organization has found it essential to have e-commerce as one of the method to conduct businesses, and this e-commerce typically involves full-fledged technology, supply chain management systems, etc. And hence every business nowadays are having their e-commerce systems. So either the business, depending on the nature of business, the e-commerce system will be B2C, that is retail, or B2B, that will be non-retail. So B2C means business to consumers, and B2B means business to business. So that's typically the e-commerce systems that prevail in various organizations. And then another type of information system is critical again. It's accounting information systems. Hello. Yeah, Anu, welcome. So are you able to see the PPT and hear me out and see me out also?
Yes, sir.
Perfect, great, thanks. So accounting information system, wherein is the key, I can say backbone of the rest of the information systems, or backbone of the organizations also, because predominantly accounting is and legal, I would say, are the real backbone of any business organization, and accounting information systems help organizations to prepare financial statements, which are the translation of all the business transactions into financial data. So therefore MIS is a hierarchical subset of information system. So as we saw, these are the various types of information systems that prevail in any business organization, and in that MIS is the subset of this whole in types of information systems. So let's understand the definition and purpose why MIS has come into existence. MIS provides relevant information at the right time, in the right format, to the right person for effective decision making. So for when we say effective, it can be said as for enabling right decision making. So it's all right. So right time, right format, right person means right user, and especially for taking right decisions or enabling effective decision making. So that's the definition of MIS or purpose of MIS. What exactly it does in or is envisaged in MIS is that it collects, processes and transmits data of the organization, and that data could be any data that is being captured by organization. It could be sales data, it could be production data, it could be inventory data, it could be typical financial data per se, to meet the manager's information needs at different levels. So depending on what sort of the user is or what sort of data possession he wants to have, depending on that the collection, processing and transmission of data happens to convert and give that data a meaning or inference that will help, which in a way translates the data into information, and that information in a way caters to the manager's needs, which could be at different levels. So maybe at the down the level or the lower level of management, may be more interested in the data of day-to-day transactions that are being conducted. The mid-level may be looking at that day-to-day transactions also. At the same time, the data, such data that is required to be informed to the higher level management or the top level management, that kind of a data. So this is what MIS as a definition or purpose would mean. Let's understand now the three key elements of MIS. First is management, which obviously covers. Hello, hello. Are you able to hear me, Anu? I felt some.
Yes, sir.
Hello, hello. You are able to hear me, Anu?
Yes, sir.
Hello, hello. Am I audible? Anu? Aboli?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Perfect. So there was an issue with the mic, the batteries went off. So I have replaced them. So sorry, yeah, we'll continue. So the three key elements of MIS would be, as the name suggests, it's management, information and systems. So management covers various organizational functions or management functions and their information needs. Information involves, as we know, collecting the data, because information is based on data always, and processing the data it to useful information and aiding decision making. So I will give a classic example over here just to understand the importance of why data to be translated into information. So if you heard that, okay, so oil typically, the crude oil is extracted from the ground of earth, Mother Earth, okay. Now purely that crude oil is of no use unless it is filtered, refined, the impurities are removed, and some processing is done on that particular crude oil to make it usable, edible also to some extent, and what you can say, making it valuable and marketable or commercial. So unless and until there is a refinement and processing and purification being done on the crude oil, it is of no use to anyone. No one will be able to put to use that crude oil, and hence with same analogy, whatever data is being collected or is being culled out or pulled out from the systems is of no use unless it is processed, refined, irrelevant data removed, impurities, noise, clutters, etc. are being removed from. So this is typically called in nowadays jargon as data mining. You must have heard what is data mining. So this is nothing but data mining only, wherein all the impurities, refinement, filtration of the data, completeness of the data, ensuring completeness of the data, relevance of the data, reliability of the data, etc. is then once confirmed, it turns out to be a meaningful data and valuable data which can give some insights to the user of that kind of a information or rather data. And then when the user makes or gives a meaning or with reference to the context in which he is looking at that data, it becomes a information, and thereby it becomes useful, valuable for the entire process of decision making. That's how the information as a key element of MIS is. So involves collecting data, processing it into useful information and aiding decision making. That's what information. Then comes the system. Why system? Basically because it has to ensure that there is a systematic integration of managerial functions with the relevant information. So whatever data translated into information is being systematically integrated in a orderly manner, in a what you can say presentable way, in a presentable manner to various managerial functions which are user of that data or the information. So these are the three key elements of system, and that's why system is nothing but ensuring systematic integration of the managerial function with the relevant information. So it's like a match making or matching the need of the user with the relevant information. That's what system is all about. So proper relevant integration, systematic integration is system. So let's move now and see how information overlaps. So the categorization is flexible with higher level managers, sometimes needing tactical information and middle level managers needing strategic insights. So there is always a overlap. So it can't be just straight jacketed that tactical information should be only used by higher level and strategic middle level manager should be looking only at the operational information. It's no more that kind of a straight jacketing or what you can say ice bucketing as such. The categorization has to be flexible. At times higher level managers may need to look at tactical information and middle level managers may need strategic insights into the data or information. So there are obviously need to have an overlap of information. The degree of information needed varies at different levels, with top managers requiring more strategic information and the lower level managers relying mostly on the operational data. This I have already explained. So it's not just like to like that only lower manager level should be looking at transactional data. They at times can have a high level insights also or strategic insights also. In a way it will help them to function more focused way and more seriously, and thereby getting aligned to the higher level insights in their day-to-day operations. So that's how the information overlap to a large extent should be flexible enough to be able to provide, and so in short the MI system needs to have such kind of a information overlap, thereby enabling exchange of information between the various levels of management and between the various categories of information that is available in the organization. So just to give a diagrammatic presentation to what the concept of information overlap would mean is this. So at various level of, so if you see this diagram, on the left hand side is the level of management and on the right hand side is the information. So on the scale of 0 to 100%, at the top level tactical information and strategic information, at the lower level it is operational, but in the middle level there are insights which are required, which are tactical to some extent, and large extent it's strategic also, and there is an overlap of operational information. So on the left hand side is the levels of management, and on the right hand side is the types of info used, and the typical categorization of the types of info or information are strategic information, tactical information and operational information. So this is how the categorization, but there are overlaps as we saw between the type of info and the levels of management also. So as the MIS per se concept is getting evolved, some authors define MIS more narrowly, considering it as an information system primarily serving middle level managers only. So that's the in a way what you can say, personally to me I feel it's a too narrow perspective that few authors are holding about MIS, because not necessarily the MIS is only an information system which serves middle level managers. No, and if at all in an organization such kind of MIS is only being prevailed, then it's a bit not really getting used to the optimum level, I would say. MIS has to be catering to all levels of management and not just purely serving middle level managers. That's what I would say as independent professional, and who in a way I would suggest, I do humbly say myself as a subject matter expert also. So to me, those some authors are defining MIS narrowly as an information system primarily serving middle level managers. No, it's not the case. MIS ideally should be so flexible and overlapping that it should serve all the three levels of management which we saw over here. So be it tactical, be it strategic, be it operational. Yes, the primary users would be the respective levels of management, but MIS as a whole concept or a evaluation or a performance measurement or a improvement tool needs to have a broader vision, and hence information system just not serves middle level manager, but it also serves top level manager and lower level manager. According to this perspective of narrow mindedness, I would say, or narrow perspective, EIS, that is Executive Information System, and DSS, that is Decision Support System, serves the information needs of top level manager. MIS primarily caters to middle level managers, and TPS, that is Transaction Processing System, supports lower level managers by handling routine transactions. So initially when we saw the various types of information systems, EIS, DSS, MIS and TPS were also briefly explained by me. As per few authors who are holding a narrow view or a narrow perspective, they have categorized the various systems, information systems in this manner. EIS and DSS is related to top level, MIS is related to middle level, and TPS, that is Transaction Processing System, only supports lower manager by handling routine. Yes, what I would say, these are the broader categorization of the information management information system that should be there, but information overlap should be also maintained, and maybe as a good practice, as on the need basis, the various crisscross overlaps of EIS, DSS, MIS and TPS should happen. That flexibility should be there in the organization. That's what my view would be. So levels and information system, as per the narrow view or the perspective that some authors hold, top level manager only have EIS and DSS, middle level has only MIS, and lower level managers only are TPS. Now let's understand the strategic objectives of MIS. MIS is crucial for business survival and strategic growth in the digital era. In the US, millions of managers and workers rely on information systems for daily operations and decision making. So they have a robust MIS, I would say, whereby the reliance is always kept on such MIS or such information systems for conducting day-to-day operations, and also at the same time at a higher level enabling decision making. The key objectives of an effective MIS includes obviously providing timely and accurate information to managers at all levels for appropriate business control, then highlighting critical business factors to support effective decision making, thereafter establishing systematic and regular communication on performance across various functional areas. So this is very critical, because there has to be, the MIS should in a way be able to communicate the performance across the functional areas, and it has to be always in systematic manner. Then the key objective of MIS is utilizing the system tools and techniques for program decision making. Thereafter, enhancing customer service through efficient information management. And one more objective is about gaining a competitive advantage by leveraging data-driven insights. And lastly, another strategic objective of MIS would be supporting business planning for future growth and sustainability. So the whole purpose of knowing the data, knowing the information, is to translate into knowledge and wisdom that will help enable the higher level management to take appropriate decision making, which are essential for the future growth and sustainability of the business, and that in a way becomes a tool for business planning for higher level. So these are the various objectives, so as to say, or strategic objectives of an effective management information systems. Moving on, let's see what sort of MIS reports get generated or are prevailing in the market or in the organization, or as a practice. So the MIS generates structured reports. So MIS system is there. So management information system is there. But obviously it is of use provided there are appropriate report generations that are happening from that systems. If the report generation is not in a way structured the way the manager's requirement or utility, then the MIS may fail. Okay. So MIS report generation so MIS generates structured reports to assist managers in decision making. Management by exception, in a short, this is a principle or a management technique. So management by exception, that is MBE, plays a vital role by preparing reports only when exception occurs. So typically, if the MIS reports has some exceptions that are thrown up for the management, then the management is in a way getting the perspective that okay, these areas, these exceptions needs to be focused. Now these exceptions could be in relation to the marketing data, why certain dip has happened. So these are the exceptions. Why in a particular month there is a down sale, why the sales are not picking up in a particular week, during the day also for that matter, because e-commerce is now almost tracking daily transactions. So all these insights, if at all are thrown up by way of report generation by MIS, then management by exception tool can be used, and whereby only exceptional items are looked up, and if at all that MIS throws only exceptional reports or exceptional occurrences, then it becomes more meaningful to the management also to manage the operations by exception. That's what the whole MBE is as a concept is. Now let's understand the key types of MIS reports, which include, obviously it's nature based. Some may want to see only overview of aggregated data, example sales summary report. So then such kind of a report is called as a summary report. So this report typically would be a sales summary of a week, month, periodical summarization of the particular data set. Then comes the trend reports. It identified patterns and trends across various categories of products, or maybe various categories of industry, or maybe upon various categories of time period. So these are trend reports. So let's say the sale in Jan is 10, then 20, then 30, then 40 every month going forward. Then we can identify that yes, there is an increase of 10% year on year or month on month. So there is an increasing trend. That's called as a trend report. We get a trend from that data, that whether there are three types of trend. As we know, either it will be an increasing trend or it could be a decreasing trend, and then third one is a flat, or what we say as a sideward trend. Okay. Now sideward trend typically is a status quo. It's a flat trend. It reflects consistency at times. It reflects stagnancy also at times, depending on how you look at that static data or static trend. So it's constant. So that's sideward. Increasing trend always has a positivity over there, that provided it depends on what sort of nature of data trend is being looked at. If it's a sale which is sale or revenue from operations, and if it has an increasing trend, then obviously it reflects that yes, there is a growth in the sale which is happening, and thereby operations revenue or revenue from operations are on an increasing trend, which is a good indicator about the business performance. So trend reports at times in a way helps identifying the patterns of how the sales growth is happening or how the revenue from operations are being managed by the organization. And that's why the second category or type of MIS report is trend report. Third report is about predictive reports. Over here, as the name suggests, is about prediction, predictive. So such reports analyzes past data whereby certain forecasts are being made of a reasonable future period, and especially more of the business conditions. So looking at the past data, historical data, one is obviously able to forecast a particular data or particular operations over the future period. So that future could be over the reasonable future, I would say. And that's how predictive reports are analyzing past data to be able to predict future. Then comes the exception reports, which as we saw predominantly is being used by management, which adopts management by exception methods. So exception reports highlight unusual circumstances. Example, understock inventory or sudden spikes are there, sudden downfalls are there, sudden uprise are there, sudden uptrends are there, or sudden downward trends are there. So all these are exceptional reports which throw unusuality in the day-to-day operations of the business. That's why just highlights unusual means exceptional circumstances. And when this kind of a report is being generated which shows unusual circumstances only, it is called as an exception report. Then there is a fifth category or fifth type of reports that get generated in the normal MIS systems are on-demand reports. So generated as per the specific management request. Example, peak sales season analysis. So let's say for fashion industry or clothing industry, there might be a need of the industry management or the management to know when is the peak season of a particular clothing or of a particular product, and in that case management may ask or demand for a particular report. For example, in Diwali how much sales have happened. So that is on demand reports generated as per the specific management request. Then lastly, sixth type is the financial reports. Obviously business transactions gets translated into financial transactions, and financial transactions reflect financial performance. So in order to be able to judge, gauge, measure how the financial performance of a business has happened, financial reports get generated from the MIS, or this is another type of MIS that is prevailing in the business world. So in short, these are the key types of MIS: summary reports, trend reports, predictive reports, exception reports, on-demand reports, and financial reports. Now again, this report generation could be customized or it could be fixed also. That's another kind of a category one can really so as to say. There could be a report generation which gives flexibility to have or capture any kind of data that the data set is there lying in the information systems. So these are called customized reports, you can say. Or there could be certain fixed formatting which has been done, and in that case the fixed data is being captured and thrown up by way of report generation is done. In such situation it is called as a fixed report. So these are customized reports and fixed reports. So if you see, fixed reports will be with the bank statement ideally that we get. The bank statement is in a fixed format, you can't play around with it. So that's how the reports get generated. So bank statement is a fixed report. Now there could be some kind of a customization which could be there. So whoever is using net banking will get to know. At times you have that report generation or wherever the statement is getting generated and you are able to download, you have that flexibility of generating the report in either Excel, PDF, or only debits or only credits or only from a particular date. start date, end date. So all these are customized reports. So these can also get added to various types of MIS reports. That's what I would say based on my experience. Furthermore, obviously, as the need arises and as the data is being captured, accordingly the reports classification can happen. Another type of MIS report is inventory report, where the tracking and management of the product inventory stock typically. Now, when inventory we say, it could be a inventory or data of raw material, work in progress, finished goods, rejections, wastages, various categories of products, various grades of products. Every kind of a data can be tracked in such kind of inventory reports. Again, depending on the value valuation method of that stock or the inventory which is being followed, the inventory report may get generated. So let's say, as we know, popular accounting methods or costing methods are FIFO, LIFO, that is first in first out, last in first out, average costing. Multiple reports of inventory can be tracked and managed. So that's and if that kind of a report generation is possible, it can be called as inventory reports. Then obviously these are, so typically these are all functional reports also you can categorize. So another type is the functional report. Financial report is a functional report. Inventory report is a functional report. Sales report is a functional report. Budget reports is again a corporate report or at an organization level, or it could be budget reports at the respective functional level also. So these are various facilitations that should be there in the MIS. So budget reports outlines financial planning, including marketing, HR and production budgets. So there could be a corporate budget and there could be a functional budget also. So budget reports, then obviously very critical, production reports, which details manufacturing activities and highlights the bottlenecks. So in production, obviously from end-to-end process mapping of the movement of the product and movement of the process as well as product control can be gauged from such kind of production reports. Whether is there any lag in the production time, is there any error that are happening in the production, are there any wastages that are getting generated in the process. All these can be analyzed or insights can be gained from production reports, or whether there are any time delays, cost delays, quality delays, etc., or quality issues, that all can be gauged from the production reports. Then comes the another category of cash flow reports. Now over here, as the name suggests, how much cash has come into business and how much cash has gone out of the business, all those can be, so cash movement can be tracked through cash flow reports. So at times management is very interested in how the cash inflows and outflows that are arising from the operating activities, that are arising from the financing activities, and that are arising from the investing activities. All these three types of business activities that get conducted in an organization, basis that activities, how the cash is getting generated and getting spent. That tracking, if at all, is being facilitated or getting generated, then that kind of a report will be called as a cash flow report. So the list can go on and on, but obviously because it's need based, again, how the user wants to have a particular data set and information, accordingly the MIS. So this is how the there has to be in the system, MIS system, agility also. It should be able to manage the speed, scalability, real-time basis, modifiable. All these kind of characteristics have to be there in the MIS while report generation is to be done. It has to be user-friendly also at the same time. So last type of report is the cost report, whereas summarization of the department-wise cost and their impact on financial reports. Because at times each department could be either a profit center or a cost center. So maybe certain organizations might want to have departmental profitability assessed. So over there, in that case, each department wise costing is to be required to be tracked. And when such cost reports are being looked at, which departments are turning out to be inefficient, which are productive, which are efficient, etc. All these insights can be gathered through such kind of cost reports. So in a way, a cost report is a summarization of cost departmental wise, and also gauging the impact on financial reports. So MIS reports helps businesses streamline operations, monitor performance, and support strategic decision making. Obviously, the whole purpose of having a MIS is to help streamlining the various business operations rather than working in isolation. There should be a symphony or orchestration amongst the various operational functions. That's what the whole purpose is. And from MIS reports, all the insights can be gained for whoever is having that acumen to read those reports or reading the numbers. So at most of the time, the number speaks, as it is called in corporate. Numbers always speak. So number or data always speaks. So data, if at all speaks, then someone should be one who is looking at that data should also be able to listen to that noise or that what data wants to tell. So this is what the importance of MIS is. MIS reports thereby help businesses to streamline their operations. Also at the same time helping businesses to monitor their performances, and also helping businesses to continuously support strategic decision making. So this is all about MIS. Now let's understand what is meant by MIS in digital environment. So at the beginning, because the title of our concept and the seventh concept in the module of performance measurement, evaluation and improvement tools, MIS in digital environment. So as I said, digitization is no more alien for any walks of life, whether it's human or corporate also for that matter. And hence digitization is central to MIS because the huge amount of data is getting generated. So it needs to be captured, and that's with the kind of volume that are coming up, it's humanly impossible to a large extent to capture such kind of various data on a real-time basis. And that's where the technology comes to help or rescue by enabling various machine learning techniques, tools, etc. We will see that in this concept. All this digitization in a way turns out to be at the core of any MIS, thereby enabling faster, smoother data storage, processing and transformation of data into information, knowledge and wisdom thereafter. So the rapid advancement of digital technologies has transformed businesses globally, even in developing nations. So even small nations are also no more aloof of the digitization. They have to get into the digital wave, which we saw the initial 3 waves which have happened in human civilization. First being agriculture and handwork, second being industrial revolution, and third is the digitization wave. So no one is away from now getting impacted or affected by the digitization wave, and therefore rapid advancements are happening in digital technologies that has transformed businesses globally, and even in the developing nations as such also are adopting to the technology as fast as possible. Otherwise they will be left behind in the whole wave and may cease to exist also, including the nations, not just corporate. The entire nation also may get wiped out from the global arena as such. That's the kind of threat digitization has brought into, if it is not adopted or not embraced per se by the leaderships of various nations as well as the leaderships of the various corporate organizations. So that's inevitable nowadays. So key terms in digital MIS involves digitization, which includes converting physical or analog data into digital format using electronic devices. So one is digitization, second key term is the digitalization. So there is a distinction. Digitalization means utilizing digitized data to enhance efficiency, productivity and profitability in business processes. So that is called as digitalization. So any digitized data which is in a way use or transform to enhance efficiency, productivity and profitability. These are the 3 key aspects of any business process or business strategy per se. that is achieved by digitalization. So that's what is meant by digitalization, wherein digitized data is used to enhance the business efficiency, business productivity and business profitability also. Third key term in digital MIS is about digital transformation, a broader shift. So it's not just change, it's a transformation. So there is a distinction between change and transformation. Change is momentary, okay, or for a shorter period. Transformation has a sustainable or perpetual characteristics as such. So digital transformation is a broader shift where businesses integrate digital technologies to innovate processes, products and models for improved management and efficiency. So if you see the classic example, just to help you out in understanding this concept, would be the automotive industry. So automotive industry is no more keeping itself away from sustainable energy, that's one. And secondly, technological innovations that are coming into existence. So it's a blend of sustainable focus as well as technological innovation is what automotive sector is nowadays adopting. For that matter, finance industry also is no more aloof from digitization. We have seen a lot of fintech solution companies that are coming into emergence and are in a way dominating and turning out to be the unicorns of the world, of the corporate world. So digital transformation is a broader shift where businesses integrate digital technologies to innovate processes, products and models for improved management and efficiency. So fin products or financial fintech solutions are the classic examples of digital transformation. So there was a point wherein entering into capital market, just to give an example how digital transformation has happened, there was a period or an era where if at all someone wants to enter into capital markets or securities market, there were a whole lot of complexities in terms of documentation and opening of demat account or carrying the physical share certificates, giving them whenever the buy sell order is being placed, ensuring that the transfer happens of the physical certificates, etc., etc. All because of digitalization has got changed into demat. So it's now dematerialization because of the. So earlier days, in short, the securities market had physical platforms. So there was a floor wherein the buy sell orders used to get executed of the various share market trades. Now it's all digitalized. So all stock exchanges are adopting digital platforms, and that's why sitting in India, in the nook and corner of any village of India, one can, with the help of digital transformation, invest into the stock exchanges in US also, London also, Singapore also, or any damn other stock exchanges. That's the way the digital transformation has happened. So no more there are any geographical barriers which are left in economy. It's even for that matter, the classic example of digital transformation is the digital payments. So sitting here, I can make a payment to any person, any entity, or any regulator also for that matter, which is at the same in the different continent altogether and maybe few thousand kilometers away from us. So and so, forget finance within the on earth. Nowadays digital transformation has helped us to reach out to the space also for that matter. So the classic example of the businessman who is focused on this kind of digital transformation is Tesla company, or the businessman Mr. Elon Musk, who is holding that kind of a mission to transform and compel the world's environment to get into conservation or sustainable energy, that's one, and embrace technological innovations also. So who can imagine a car which is being driven autopilot mode, okay, no driver but the car is still on the road getting driven. So that kind of a technological innovations are coming into existence, which are game changers. So in coming era, another wave may come up of you never know what could be that wave. Slowly a person can be traveling more than the speed of light or sound also for that matter. So you never know what sort of where this digitization or digital environment is going to take mankind. Okay. Moving ahead, so in a way, the digital environment in relation to information and communication technology has gone into leaps and bounds. No one is stopping now. It's like on a full speed how the ICT is getting transformed. So the key ICT tools enabling digital MIS are barcoding and decoding. So used in inventory management. So we see every product nowadays has barcodes. Now these barcodes, because of digitalization, have got translated into QR codes. So as simple as that, any product, if at all has a QR code, you can scan that QR code and you are able to see the features of that product. You are able to see the characteristics of the product. You can see the quality of that product, how that certification of that product has happened. So that's how the digitalization is, or barcoding and decoding are happening. Then comes another aspect of programmable logic controller, that is PLC. This tool monitors workflow and machine conditions also. So nowadays, so no more physical inspection or physical machine inspection is required or maintenance is required. It's now programmable logic controller. So a classic example, if at all you have seen, is that whenever you send a car for servicing into a proper well set garage, or even the company's garage or company maintained garage, then like human body, the car is entirely scanned through these programmable logic controllers which are set, and thereby the defects in the car or the servicing areas that are required in the car are immediately scanned through, and the technical report gets generated, okay, or health check gets generated, thereby user being told that okay, these are the areas to be fixed during servicing of this particular car. So that's how the technology is now getting developed. Then comes another tool called General Packet Radio Service, popularly known as GPRS. So it controls mobile equipment fleets and tracks fuel stock and workload also. So this typically GPRS in a way is being used by petroleum industry, oil industry, etc. Wherever there is a movement of fuel stock that is happening. So truck loads, trailers, etc. that are carrying fuel stock are being tracked on a real-time basis by way of GPRS. Then comes popularly known FRS, that is face recognition system. So automates employee attendance tracking. So whenever there are corporates who are following this FRS, wherein there is a small machine at the doorstep at the entry level of the organization, and one who is an employee only, that face has to be, in a way, you have to stand before that screen, and thereby the already feeded data matches with the face. So thereby recognizing the face and then allowing the access into the office. Similar technology is nowadays being used for accessing mobile also, accessing your house also. So unless until face is recognized by the systems, you will not be allowed entry into a particular premises. That's what is face recognition system, which is there in nowadays in phones also. Then comes another tool of ICT, which is about computer aided designing, so which is called as CAD, and digital surveying. So this enhances designing and planning processes of various productions or product also, both ways. So obviously this CAD involves simulation, then prototyping, then 3D designing models, 3D printing, all those aspects are coming into existence because of CAD and digital surveying. Then comes computer aided manufacturing, CAD/CAM, what we call, improves automation in manufacturing. So again, the processes in manufacturing are getting automated. The classic example again I would say is of the Tesla factory. So Tesla is setting up gigafactories in almost every continent so as to penetrate the market and reach to the last person in the society. So for this, these gigafactories in a way are so standardized that there are user manuals which are getting created in terms of how to set up a factory by Tesla group. So this user manual can be a guiding force for setting up gigafactories wherever Tesla wants to reach to the nearest customer. So customer proximity is being achieved through such kind of gigafactories or to ensure that there is a product proper launch and acceptance and maintenance also for that matter, because it's a high-tech automotive cars which are coming into existence or being produced by Tesla, and hence these are all computer aided manufacturing systems or automations that are being done in the manufacturing process for automotives. Another tool is e-commerce. So this supports online transactions which includes bidding, invoicing and banking also. All these three are critical aspects of e-commerce industry, and hence the information and communication technology tools thereby supports e-commerce very strongly, and we have seen the emergence of e-commerce industry and especially B2B and B2C also of equal speed and scalability in e-commerce industry. Then a very critical aspect of enterprise resource management is the ERP, that is enterprise resource planning. So end-to-end planning of the entire business processes arose because of the complexities, volatility. So it's called as VUCA environment. So what is VUCA business environment? It is volatile, uncertain. U stands for uncertain, C stands for complex, and A stands for ambiguous. So all these four characteristics are present in the recent business environment. To tackle with this recent business VUCA environment, the best ICT tool that was developed or is being used also is the ERP, enterprise resource planning. So this integrates financial, stock, order and HR management as such. So if one really looks into these four aspects, and there are many more, these four aspects and many more four aspects are the very crux of the business operations and functional importance. So in a way, ERP integrates finance, stock, ordering and HR management. ERP provides real-time system-wide data access. ERP automates the entire processing like invoicing, order tracking, payroll and payment processing also, and equipment monitoring. So once the asset is being purchased through ERP, one can really monitor whether the asset that is being purchased is performing as per the expectations or not. So that's how automation processes like invoicing, order tracking, payroll and equipment, as simple as that, because of ERP on a real-time basis. Just to give an example how ERP works is, when you and me as a customer, retail customer, order something on Amazon or Flipkart or any other online e-commerce company or a mobile application, the moment we select a product and we buy the product, you get options of you get various options for buying that particular product. One being cash on delivery, along with the other various digitalized payments also. So all those are considered, and the moment you choose a particular option, accordingly the order gets booked and immediately the order tracking starts getting reflected in your online account also of that particular mobile application. So that's what end-to-end ERP ensures, such kind of a end-to-end process mapping, right from finance, stock, order, invoicing up to payment. So that's what ERP is as a tool of ICT enabling digital MIS. Now let's understand the key digital transformation technologies impacting MIS. Modern ERP and database technologies obviously are the key aspects, and eventually slowly from physical data server, all the technology is getting shifted to cloud based ERP powered by AI, that is artificial intelligence, enhancing the business efficiency. So in the wave of transformation technologies, so these are nothing like but one can really categorize or say to be disruptive technologies or constructive technologies. So either it is disrupting the existing set pattern of conducting the way of business or a function, it's disrupting that, and what is disrupting the digital and advancements that are happening in the day-to-day routine functionalities also of the business. And this spike has suddenly happened. Nothing great has happened. There was no start date, end date. It has so seamlessly become a part of our life that we can't just now think of survival. Even as simple as that, you and me nowadays carry no no wallets also for that matter, or we don't have to carry laptops also for at times. Just because of that handy palm size mobile takes care of your every need and requirement needed for survival or doing day-to-day operations. It has gone to that transformation level seamlessly, and so unknowingly also that okay, it just happened as if like one fine day I started, or anyone has started using mobiles so efficiently. There was no requirement to have a coaching class, no requirement to have a training, no requirement to have a manual also for that matter to look at and then start using applications in mobiles. Nowhere, nothing is required. Suddenly our digital literacy rate has increased to a tremendous speed. So that's how the digital transformation technologies are impacting MIS. So modern ERP and database technologies are predominantly getting transformed and shifted to cloud-based ERP, again coupled with AI and machine learning to enhance business efficiency. So that's how the transformation of modern ERP or traditional ERP has happened into modern ERP. Then comes the advanced analytics, wherein use of AI and machine learning for deep actionable business insights are being used, and the whole purpose of artificial intelligence is to enable human intelligence to surf through or scan through huge amount of data which otherwise humanly is turning out to be impossible. Okay, so in a way artificial intelligence is not going to substitute human intelligence, it is going to complement human intelligence or be a supplementary to human intelligence. However, like any other technological advancements, every coin has a second aspect. If artificial intelligence is dependency increases to a large extent, then yes, there is a threat to human intellect per se. Maybe because of artificial intelligence, we might just become living robots. Okay, that's a kind of technological threat which is coming to human mankind. Right? Do you agree, Rakesh, Anu and Aboli, that with the kind of AI usage, we might just become living robots?
Yes, sir.
Because we are just then doing some automatic execution of work with the help of artificial intelligence. There is no application of mind, there is no application of knowledge that will be with us, and we will in a way we will be just becoming intellectually dead, which is a not good sign. So the dependency on AI should not be much, though it is becoming an integral and inherent part of the living of human beings. So advanced technology uses AI and machine learning for deep actionable business insights. Cloud connectivity. So Internet of Things is the buzzword nowadays. Internet of Things ensures smooth data access and sharing also. So from anywhere, any nook and corner, any kind of data can be transformed or transmitted for that matter, or can be retrieved also. So though the beauty of cloud computing. So for classic example is like our personal data we can have it stored on Google Cloud or Amazon Web Services or Amazon Cloud also for that matter, and that data can be accessed from any corner of the world wherever there is a connectivity that is available in terms of digital connectivity. So cloud connectivity is changing again is a game changer. Sitting here, we can stream the live concerts which are happening in the remotest area of the world also. Again, drones, as we see, aerial drones are again giving a 360-degree view of the entire globe for that matter. We can so zoom down into the next byline of our house also to that extent, and that again not just static, it is so real time that we can figure out. The GPS is the classic example of cloud connectivity, and hence data access. So GPS again is a indicator that how data can be easily shared. So we have these live trackers of our mobile phones. So the moment we activate our location of the mobile phone, we are being tracked by the technology end to end, unless and until there is a connectivity issue or network issue per se, or we on our own as a user disallow the access to the location of our mobile phone or of our existence. So no more privacy in a way is being maintained. It is to some extent getting compromised, and that's how cloud connectivity again is or Internet of Things, IoT, which is called as, is a game changer in digitization. Another impact that is of digital transformation that is happening on MIS is AI and machine learning. So as I already explained, AI in a way churns huge amount of data in a fraction of second and gives you the necessary output that is expected by the user to be thrown at it by churning the whole data. So humanly at times, because it's all about big data, it's humanly impossible to have those kind of systems, and that's where the machine learning is in a way replacing and transforming the entire digital arena. So AI and machine learning includes processing of big data efficiently, driving and game changing the entire digital transformation. One more aspect is about additional technologies that are coming. Internet of Things and robotic process automation, that is RPA, further enhance automation and business intelligence. So as simple as, if you have seen, we have nowadays the floor sweeper which are in a way so sensitive, and those floor sweepers, automatic floor sweepers, sweeping machines, or there was a point when digitalization was only limited to the extent of vacuum cleaner. So by human being, someone could vacuumly clean. So vacuum used to suck the dirt, etc., etc. Now it's that technology has gone, and now it has become automated. So there are robotic sweepers who are sweeping the floor and ensuring that wherever there is obstacle, it bypasses that obstacle and then continues with its functionality. So it is that kind of sensitivity, also technological sensitivity and intelligence and automation, that is in a way facilitating human life also, or disrupting the human life also. Depends on the perspective with which we are looking how these digital transformation technologies are impacting MIS. So in a way, to conclude or summarize this whole concept of digital transformation is not just technological but cultural reshaping, customer experience, and redefining business survival strategies. So another example, if I have to give from industry or from our day-to-day life, is the Alexa. So Alexa is so recognizing technology that is being used, which helps and becomes a your compassionate partner, your travel partner, or your music partner, or you can get the things done, or knowledge partner also for that matter. And this is how it's just not technological but entire cultural reshaping that is happening of the customer experiences, thereby redefining the businesses to ensure that there are transformation which are required to be done to the traditional conventional business strategies, thereby adopting technology to ensure survival and sustainability of the businesses in which they are there for almost more than 100 years, almost a entire century. The classic example would be to quote as business groups like Tata, so and Reliance. As we saw, Reliance up to a particular point in time was more into petroleum king, or petroleum was the key focus. Now it has entirely transformed. Reliance Group has entirely transformed into digital transformation, or digital focus is there in the entire business strategy. So even the vision mission statements of the various organizations are required to be recasted, reworded to include technology, because a point in time technology was not so prime focus of the vision and mission of the organizations. Now it has to be reworded, and technology has taken or has substituted or has formed, or rather has become a integral part of the vision and mission statement. That to that extent the digital transformation or the cultural shift has happened in the business mindset also. Moving ahead, now let's understand. So this is how here we end the concept of management information system in a digital environment over here. Now we will move to the next concept, which is about TPM, total productivity maintenance. So as a part of performance measurement, evaluation and improvement tool, TPM is a key tool for the management which is available. Now let's understand what is TPM, that is total productivity maintenance. As the name suggests, it's about productivity maintenance, so there will be some relevance to the plant and machinery that is being used in the manufacturing process. That's what I would say. Let's understand more deeply what exactly it means. So just to give an overview of TPM, TPM is not solely a maintenance function or department initiative, but a business process integrating operations and maintenance also. The challenge is the traditional view of manufacturing as value adding and maintenance as a cost center. Instead, both are equally crucial now. It's just not about value adding, it's just not about maintenance. Both are crucial for manufacturing now. So the TPM focuses on maintaining and improving production and quality systems through machines, processes, equipment and personnel in relation to the manufacturing. That's how the whole concept of TPM is all about. It aims to build an efficient maintenance system to support world-class manufacturing. So just imagine if the Tesla, which is setting up gigafactories all across globe, and if you do the research which I have done for the purpose of this module, is that Tesla, while setting up a gigafactory, has an estimate of producing cars of a run rate of 1 car per minute. So there is a estimation of 5 lakh cars per year production by Tesla in each of the gigafactories that they are setting up in across all continents of the world. So if that's the rate of 5 lakh per year car production, and if you translate it, I was just reading out and was just doing the mathematical calculations. I felt let's translate into a per day, what is the run rate or the production rate that Tesla is thinking about. And 5 lakhs, if at all I divide it by 365, and assuming that round the clock the factory is working, so if I divide by 365, that number if I further divide into 24 hours, that further if I divide into 60 minutes, then the rate run rate or the production run rate is 1 car in a minute production. So that's how, if that's the kind of production that is being expected, the TPM has to be so strongly maintained, because it aims to build an efficient, it will have to build an efficient maintenance system to support world-class manufacturing. So the kind of technology that is being used, the entire TPM has to focus, or the manufacturing processes has to be so world-class automated to achieve that kind of a run rate or a production rate that is expected by Tesla. So I am just quoting them as an example. I am not promoting any product or promoting any group as such. It's just the kind of perspective, to get the perspective of the concept. I am trying to give a analogy or a real life example to make it more relevant and understandable to you. So over here, another aspect or overview of TPM includes, TPM extends the concepts from total quality management using tools like employee empowerment, benchmarking and documentation. So TPM is an extension of the traditional maintenance systems which were supporting the TQM system, using the tools like employee empowerment, benchmarking and documentation, etc. Another aspect of TPM is it establishes it establishes operator ownership of machines, ensuring availability, efficiency and reliability. It aligns with lean manufacturing by reducing waste such as breakdowns, stockouts and excessive manpower. So lean manufacturing we have already covered, and we have this concept as a subject for our module also, wherein the entire lean manufacturing focuses on reduction of wastages, and there are various wastage types of wastages that are identified by this concept of lean manufacturing, and this thereby TPM, that is total productivity maintenance, is aligned with the lean manufacturing as a concept, thereby reducing wastages such as breakdowns, idle time, stockouts and excessive manpower or excessive processes also for that matter. The 5 key elements or pillars of TPM are improving equipment effectiveness by targeting major loss, because the whole manufacturing setup is always dependent on the appropriate well maintained machinery. So if that is not there, then the manufacturing processes are likely to collapse, and thereby collapse the entire business organization also at times, if the manufacturing processes are not of world class quality and nature. So TPM thereby improves equipment effectiveness by targeting major losses. It involves operators in routine maintenance. TPM typically ensures that there is a periodic maintenance also of the machines. It enhances maintenance efficiency and effectiveness both, so qualitatively and quantitatively also the machines are being maintained. Then another key element of TPM is there has to be appropriate training for all personnel that are related to machine maintenance. So a lot of awareness programs, lot of workshops, lot of training imparting has to be done by the organization to train personnel round the clock to maintain those kind of manufacturing. So if the Tesla has a run rate or a production rate of 1 car per minute, then just imagine round the clock there has to be accordingly the TPM or the maintenance to be ensured round the clock. So a lot of training is required to be done for such kind of personnel or such kind of productivity maintenance if to be achieved. Another element is the life cycle equipment management and maintenance prevention design. So if at all how the equipment life cycle is being managed, that tracking has to be done, and thereby productivity maintenance can be achieved. So in the whole design of that machinery also. Now depending whether the machinery is being bought outsourced from outside or whether it has been in-house made, built and being operated. According to that, the life cycle of the equipment can be tracked and traced. So these are the 5 key elements of or pillars of TPM, which are essential to ensure the success of TPM. So in the whole TPM, 6 major losses are identified, which can be caused because of faulty equipment or operation causes 6 major losses. The elimination of which is the main focus of TPM. So the whole purpose of TPM is to eliminate these 6 major losses which are likely to happen because of various negligence towards the manufacturing facilities of the organization. So the first and foremost loss is the unexpected breakdown loss, which gets caused because of the equipment downtime for repairs, and the cost includes lost production opportunity and labor and spare parts. So if at all a company like Tesla, who is holding a production run rate of 1 car per minute, may face a huge amount of losses and cost if there is a unexpected breakdown which may happen. So that's one of the loss that is getting eliminated because of the TPM. The second type of loss is the setup and adjustment losses. So this occurs during product changeovers, shift changes and operating condition adjustments. So traditionally these are the losses which used to happen whenever there was a less dependency on the technology and it was more human driven. So unexpected breakdown used to cause a lot of loss because that kind of a personnel has to be available round the clock to fix the unexpected breakdown that has happened. So he has to be trained well enough and be made available at any point in time. Now that such kind the another kind of loss that is there is the setup and adjustment loss. So if at all there is a product changeover from same machination or different kind of a product is to be produced, then maybe some kind of adjustments are required to be made in the machining, and to that extent the setup and adjustment losses might have to be incurred by the organization, which are getting addressed by following the total productivity maintenance model. So setup and adjustment losses occurs during product changeovers, shift changes and operating condition adjustments. Another loss which is inherent in setup and adjustment loss is the lost production opportunity. So because of the downtime or the new setup of the product changeover or shift changes result into losses, and that losses results in loss of production opportunities. Third major loss is about idling and stoppage loss. This loss includes causes or are caused because of frequent but often unrecorded production downtime. Another characteristics or feature of such losses is that hidden losses affect efficiency reports and lead to substantial downtime. Then comes the fourth aspect or fourth type of major loss, that is speed loss. The equipment must be slowed down to prevent defects or stoppages. So if TPM is being followed, there might not be a speed loss because of the continuous monitoring of that machinery, and hence equipment must be slowed down to prevent defects or stoppages, and not always recorded as a loss since the equipment remains operational. So though the slowing down happens, the machinery remains in operations only or is operational only, but just the speed or momentum of that particular machinery might be slowed down to rectify the defect or to prevent the defect or stoppages. Fifth major loss is about quality defect and rework losses. Now this includes resulting from equipment malfunctions or poor performance and leads to defective output, rework or scrapping the products that are getting defectively produced. And the sixth major loss is the equipment and capital investment losses because of the wear and tear, depreciation, breakdowns, replacements, maintenance, repetitive maintenance reduces an equipment's durability. So durability means uh, ensuring the working condition over a longer period of time, that may get impacted. So because of the wear and tear. Another aspect over here is that it leads to frequent capital investments for replacement. So because of the wear and tear and the machinery turning out to be aging of the machinery, there is a frequent capital investments that are essentially needed, and a drain on finances also at times happen because of the replacements or rehauling or overhauling of the entire machinery setup. So let's understand how TPM tackles such major losses now. TPM and overall equipment effectiveness, that is OEE. So TPM aims to eliminate the 6 major losses to improve overall equipment effectiveness, in short called as OEE or OEE. OEE is the key metric for measuring manufacturing productivity. So 100% OEE, which is the ideal state to have overall equipment effectiveness, reflects 3 parameters. So there has to be, one can say 100% OEE is achieved if there is 100% quality maintained. That means all good parts are being used. There is 100% performance, which means fastest cycle time, and there is 100% availability, means no production interruptions which are there. So if all these, on all these count, there is 100% quality, 100% performance and 100% availability is ensured, then the organization can say that 100% organizational or overall equipment effectiveness is achieved. So thus OEE helps in loss categorization, benchmarking and wastage elimination. So that's the importance of TPM and the overall equipment effectiveness. Continuing with the OEE calculation. So OEE calculation components includes availability, that is ratio of actual machine running time to planned running time. So this could be the metrics for ensuring how efficiently the machinery is available. Then comes the performance rate, or in short called as PR. So PR is equal to rate efficiency, that is RE, into speed rate of a machine. RE is equal to loss due to jams or inefficiencies slowing down the process. SR includes or means running at a speed lower than the designed speed, and QR, that is quality, is equal to percentage of good parts produced out of the total. So as a measurement tool for overall equipment effectiveness, the OEE formula is OEE is equal to A into PR into Q. So A is availability, so OEE is equal to availability into performance rate into quality rate, that is equal to OEE. So in terms of understanding how the output of OEE constitutes or means, higher the OEE means better equipment efficiency, and industry benchmark for OEE that has been observed overall is to the tune of 85%, in the range of 80% to 90%, one can say boldly. So that's the industry benchmark of OEE. Now let's understand the benefits of TPM. A little bit of busy slide, but I think it's visible, or maybe I will just try to, yeah, it's visible. So the benefits of TPM typically is increased productivity and improved overall effectiveness, equipment effectiveness. The reduction in customer complaints to improve quality and reliability, significant cost reduction in manufacturing, higher customer satisfaction by delivering the right quantity on time with the required quality. Another benefit is reduction in workplace accidents, implementation of pollution control measures, boosts employee confidence and morale, also creates a cleaner, more organized and attractive workplace, positive change in operator attitude and towards work and responsibility, encourages teamwork to achieve organizational goals, facilitates the spread of new concepts and across all departments, promotes knowledge sharing and learning, and develops a sense of ownership among workers for their machines. So they are no more, the machine operators are no more looking as an alien towards the machines. There is a sense of ownership and belongingness and responsibility because of the TPM amongst the workers. So the 12, sorry, yeah. The next concept is how the implementation can be achieved of TPM. So 12-step TPM implementation process includes, it requires a strong organizational structure with a TPM coordinator, that is the plant manager. So plant manager has to be well conversant with the TPM. Effective leadership from top management is very essential. The 12-step TPM implementation process includes announcement of top management decision. So first management has to declare that okay, the TPM is being implemented. Then there is a need of TPM education and information collection. Then establishing the organizational structure, formulating TPM policies and goals, creating and presenting the TPM master plan, conducting feasibility study and presenting findings. Pilot TPM implementation would be success indicator, expansion of plant-wide TPM implementation. Then 9th step would be conducting introduction audit. 10th step in the implementation would be conducting progress audit. 11th would be obtaining certification, suitable recognition, certification or accreditation about the implementation of TPM. And 12th step will be achieving the TPM award. So this is how the TPM implementation process can be achieved if these steps, 12 steps are followed by the manufacturing setups or manufacturing organizations, I would say, because it's all about total productivity maintenance. So with this, we come to the end of our session, wherein we have now in a way covered almost all concepts in the module 2. Last 2 concepts are left, which we will cover in the next session, which includes total quality management and data envelopment analysis, DEA, that's what is, and TQM. These are the 2 concepts which are remaining in this module, and probably in the next session we will be done with the module 2, which has 15% weightage in your whole scheme of marks for this paper 20A, which is about strategic performance management and business valuation. And in a way, in the next session we will be completing module 2 of the section A of the paper 20A. So signing off here. Thank you. See you in the next session. Any questions, Anu, Aboli or Rakesh?
No, sir.
Nothing, right? Anu, Rakesh?
No, sir, no.
No, no? Okay, perfect. So, can I sign off?
Yes.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Have we completed module 1 already?
Yeah, so we have completed
Okay.
module 1 already. So, the session started quite some time back.
Yes.
So, we are done with module
Okay.
1. Module 2 will get over in the next session.
Okay, thank
So,
you.
luckily, if you have missed anything, you can check with the chapter. There are streaming videos which are available on the YouTube channel of our chapter. So, you can check with the coordinator and she can help you and
Okay.
guide you to see the previous sessions that have been conducted by me on the subject.
Yes. Okay.
So, not
thank
to
you.
worry, there is a database available. See you. Thank
Okay,
you.
sir. Yes.